But the Africa Architecture Awards are the first continent-wide awards that seek to do two things simultaneously. One is, of course, to reward good design on the African continent, and the other, of probably equal importance, is to provide a platform and an archive of contemporary African architecture.
And this platform and the way it was conceived by the steering panel and the way it was organized through an online platform is critical, and I think it'll continue to have an impact. The other important aspect of this is building an archive and having an archive of all the work, or at least the work that's being done in various countries in Africa by various types of practices.
Saint-Gobain is shining the light on African architecture. So more than anything, it's giving us the opportunity to meet architects, other architects on the continent. And other than a platform such as this, it wouldn't really occur. So having those conversations have been really, really invaluable, and it's something that we'll take away with us.
I feel like the role that these awards would play in African architecture is would give a platform to recognize good work and, more importantly, good practice.
C'est déjà offrir une plateforme qui permette donc de parler d'architecture. C'est une première et c'est une initiative à encourager. Aujourd'hui, donc, quand on parle d'architecture en Afrique de façon générale, c'est un sujet qui intéresse que des spécialistes. Il faudrait effectivement qu'on puisse faire partager la passion de l'architecture et la nécessité d'architecture en Afrique au plus grand nombre. Et je pense que les Architecture Awards pourra contribuer à cela.
The Africa Architecture Awards are bringing, in terms of impact, into the African continent, the acknowledgement of the role of architecture in each and every country. And it's the largest contribution of the awards is this, to make people realize how important architecture is in those countries.
It has given a platform to the voiceless architects who are not recognized by anyone else. And of course, that begins to encourage the industry to up their game.
The network, the people you get to talk to, I mean, these are people you see over the screen, you Google their name and you see them doing great stuff with regards to architecture. So for me, it's amazing. I mean, you meet every one of those people one-on-one and they are just open to you, you know. I find it amazing.
This hopefully is another platform for this diversity of thinking and diversity of work to have a global presence.
I think the African Architecture Awards have had and will probably have a long-lasting impact on the future of architecture across the African continent, in that they have provided a platform for people producing architecture on the continent to showcase the work they have.
Here we got a chance to showcase the best of the best in Africa, to open up for new minds, to show what Africa and architecture is about, and that we're using with limited resources that we have, with this inbuilt innovation within that.
So I think it opens up the new Africa, and I think through buildings and the creation of places done by architects. So I think the future is very bright for Africa, and events like this exemplify and showcase this great potential.
Learning about different architects working on the continent has been extremely fulfilling. But more important for me has been meeting like-minded architects in person, people you've heard about, people you've read about, and getting them in one place and seeing how they're passionate about the future of architecture across the continent.
It's been a real honour to be around such prestigious people. I really think this is an award ceremony with kind of leading architects, and it's very nice to have different voices as well, you know, different scales of projects. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think we're very honoured to be sort of shortlisted among such great, exciting and inspirational projects.
I think these awards are very needed in South Africa and Africa as a whole, and I'm very excited about the direction that these awards are pursuing and the future of them.
It's really rewarding. I mean, it starts to say someone's noticing the work, So from that point of view, it's fantastic.
For us, what's really nice is to be kind of put amongst a group of peers that are really critically engaging with their practice and thinking quite carefully around how to intervene or work with their material or their subject matter or their content in interesting ways. And I think that for us is really exciting.
I'm really happy to be here. It's a great experience. Obviously a great opportunity to meet all these like people and architects.
It's a great experience. It's my first flight, my first architectural competition, and a great point in my CV.
I think in the short term it's clear that it has stimulated incredible interest and a buzz across the continent and in the built environment community, which is fantastic. I'm fairly confident that it will raise the quality of work that is done on the continent, but most importantly I think it will raise the quality of what is designed. We've got incredible talent and potential, but that requires nurturing and support, and so I really see this award as absolutely vital to stimulate both the discourse but also the practice of architecture in Africa.
The Architects Award will definitely put the architect into the spotlight. In a way, the architects are unsung heroes in their own homeland, but recognizing their work and rewarding them for it will help put the spotlight on architecture as a whole and the role of the architect as a critical role player in shaping society's future.
So I think this is a great opportunity for young architects to express their ideas, not just in terms of fantastical form, but in terms of what it means to make architecture now on the continent, in terms of the people, in terms of the place, in terms of the society.
Yeah, I was quite amazed by the depth and breadth of entries. You know, we got so many entries from basically across the continent, which is something we haven't seen in a long time.
You know, it's very important that we appreciate our own values and we create the infrastructure or the systems or the institutions that support that kind of appreciation. So I mean, I think it's a very laudable move from Saint-Gobain and the award.
This is not about an award, it's about dialogue. So when we go back, you want to know where you went wrong and where you on track.
Through this award, through this mechanism, I mean, to bring or create the debate about it and to actually invite people to give their opinion, and together, hopefully, in some time, we will be in a better position to actually define what is African architecture.
Well, I think that the role of these awards is to bring awareness to the general public about what African architects are doing, and also to shed light on the process of practicing architecture in places like South Africa.
Thanks a lot for Saint-Gobain. I think South Africa, and especially Africa, has been waiting for one of these competitions for a long time. So yeah, thanks a lot for having us.
I'd like to say thank you for creating this platform, thank you for creating this amazing opportunity, for changing the way in which we view architecture in Africa, the way in which we represent it, and actually just giving us the oomph or the energy to go back out there and to learn from our surrounding and to create architecture that's representative of Africans.